Learning just how to use all this stuff can be intimidating. Like, where do you begin? Just start experimenting. Make sure you read the docs though. I have accumulated a lot of these little components over the years, from random kits I've purchased from Arduinos to Raspberry Pis. But in this video, let's look at this tiny little component that looks like Johnny 5 from Short Circuit. It's basically sonar, so it's an HCSR04. It sends out an audio signal from one side and the other side receives it, and you can calculate how far away something is based on how long it takes. And this little guy here is an OLED display. It is an SSD1306. It has 128 by 64 pixels. And let's program it all targeting the ESP32 using Espressif build system, and we're going to use C. No VS Code here, using Platform IO or the Arduino library. Okay, I already have this set up. The ESP32 doesn't fit, this one at least, doesn't fit on the standard breadboard. If you put it in there, you'll have access to only one side of the GPIO pins, and as you can tell, I need both. We have the power and ground on the power and ground rail, then I could jump to and from the power and ground for the display and the sonar device. Sonar thing has a echo and a trigger, so the echo sends out the signal, the audio signal that is inaudible to us, and then the trigger will listen back for it. And then that goes into D19 and D18 on the ESP32. And then our OLED screen has an SDA and an SCL, and that is going into, I believe, 21 and 22? Yes, 21 and 22. All right, now we can create our project. And if you don't have your Espressif IDF Pi all set up, I did make a video covering all that a ways back, so I'll link it up here. So we'll be waiting here when you come back and you have your environment set up and you're ready to go. And now, well, all we got to do is run IDF Pi create project. I'm going to call this sonar. Now, if we go into sonar, there's a bunch of stuff in here already for us. Now, let's go ahead and add our dependencies we need for our project already, so we don't have to worry about that later. I am going to run IDF Pi add dependency, and let's see, where is that? We're going to go look at it. We want the, start with the ultrasonic. So I want this one here. Copy and paste that in there. All right, and then you saw the other one, the Chill Sam SSD 1306. We want to add this dependency. Great, now we have the libraries locally on our system so we can build against them. So if we go into main here, all we have is our sonar.c, which isn't doing anything yet. And then we have IDF component YAML, which has both the libraries we just added. So all it did was just add it to this YAML file. So we should go ahead and go IDF Pi set, I believe it's 2, set target. Or maybe there's nothing. I think set target ESP32. Mine's just a standard ESP32. There we go. I have an error. So let me see, vmake. CMake, what's the error saying? Yeah, I think I need the top level. I have version 4, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to run that again. Now we're getting all the libraries locally. All right, good. The other thing we should probably do is go ahead and pre-build, because sometimes it can take a long time. So if I just do build, it's got 1,002 objects to build. So go drink some water while waiting. Oh, I got an error. Let's see. There's a build log IDF Pi standard 799. There's nothing in there. And build log IDF Pi standard out failed. I think Chill Sam may have forgotten something. Yeah, we got memset, and it's telling me I probably need string. So I got to fix the manage components. Chill Sam. I think might be an include. That might fix it there. So if I put include String.h, will that fix it? Sorry if I had this problem before with some packages, some builds. Okay, yeah, everything was gonna pull from that header, so I put that string.h file in there. All the sub little C files are gonna have memset and whatever else they were using in there. So now I think we're good to go. So let's see, we need to go to main and our sonar.c. So first thing we should do is go ahead and code up our sensor to read the distance, basically. So let's get started with that. First thing I need is the trigger was 19, and I'm going to define an echo 18. I believe that's right. So yellow is echo, and yellow is going into 18, and green is trigger going into 19. Perfect. All right, I think this library is pretty simple to use. I am going to create a struct ultrasonic sensor T. I'm going to call it sensor equals dot trigger pin equals trigger, and echo pin equals echo. All right, now it's good to go. Just kidding. That's just the struct that has where the data pins are. All we got to do now is call ultrasonic init, and the device, which is the ultrasonic sensor T we just made. So I'm going to put it's a pointer. So I need to send in the address of operator. And now I can technically go ahead and get the distance, which would be float distance. I'm going to set that equal to 0. Ultrasonic measure. I need the device again. So sensor, and then I need a max float distance, 500, and our distance, which is also needs the pointer to it. Floats. Okay, yeah, the type is float. I want the distance. So this, I believe we can use GD. It returns an ESP error type. So we should probably make sure that we get ESP OK. So ESP error T, I'm going to call it if does not equal ESP OK, then we're going to print off error measuring. Sure, for now. Else, we're going to print out the distance from the sonar device to, we're going to do 0.2. We're going to pass that distance in there. All right, the distance we get is actually in meters by this library. If you look at the spec sheet on this thing, I think it goes from 2 to about 60 centimeters is going to be the range it's going to effectively or accurately give you the distance. But I don't want meters, I want centimeters. So to get centimeters from meters, just multiply by 100. But as we have it now, this will actually only get us the distance right when we fire it up and everything's ready to go and we hit app main. It'll get us the distance, and then that's it, we're done. So instead, let's go ahead and put this in a forever, go on forever, keep looping until we're done, until we shut it down. So we need a const tick type, call it a delay, and I'm thinking half a second will be fine. So that is 500 divide port tick period milliseconds. Undefined. I think I need to include free RTOS, the main free RTOS header, and then I probably need free RTOS again. I believe I need free TOS. RTOS, task, some kind of task, I believe. Yeah, task header. I think we're good now. Yep, now I got that. So now we should put this in a while true, yank that, put that in there. I probably want this also in there. I'm gonna go ahead and reset the distance every loop and get the measurement every loop, otherwise we'd only get the initial. And then before the end of our while loop, we need to v task delay and our, whoa, that's a lot of words. What do we call that? Delay. There we go. So if you really want to read up on it, if you're a NeoVim and you have your LSP set up, you hit GD and it's going to give all that stuff that popped up is actually right here if you wanted to read it. Okay, I think now we are ready to build Flash and monitor. Actually, I think I need to pass a port in there. Dev TTY USB. I only have one. Build flash monitor. I'm missing a header probably. I'll start by go ahead and replacing these with angle brackets, except for the local one. Okay, that was it. Didn't know where to find the headers correctly, I believe. All right, as you can see, that says 72 centimeters, and if I do, it's like 5 centimeters. Move it apart, and it gets a little bit bigger there. It's pretty awesome. Now let's go ahead and take our distance and put it on our SSD 1306. Now, if you don't remember, to get out of the monitor, Control-C is not going to work. It is Control-right bracket. And let's go ahead and include our SSD 1306 header. Okay, we have a few defines to do. So define, we have our SDA pin, which was 21, 22. That is our pin for data that's going to go to the display. And our define SCL, which is 21, and that is the clock speed, so it can refresh properly. Got some other defines here, kind of just, we got our IC2 host. It's going to be 0 for this one, not SSD 1306. We don't want that. We got our adder, our address. It should be on the back of yours. Mine is OX3C. We got our LCD height, 64 and 61, and define our width. I can't spell. 128. Define. It's German, I guess. And then we have a reset pin. Doesn't have one, so we need to put a -1. Now, some of these 1306 displays or OLED displays there's two different types. There's I2C and SPI or SP. I think it's SPI. Mine is an I2C. Okay, there's kind of a bit boilerplate to set up here, but the main thing we want is make sure the address is right and the SDA and the SCL data pins are set up correctly so it knows where to send it to. Since it's kind of boilerplatey, I just think I'm gonna copy and paste from here, I believe. Is this right? Yes, I'm gonna copy this and shift insert that in there, but of course that's not the thing. IC2 host. What else? This is the clock source. Do I have? Okay. Boilerplatey, but now I think we're ready to go. Let's double check. Is there anything else we do? So return the bus. Okay, so they made a function just to do that. Oh, yeah, then we need to take our config and also do this. Oh, and we're gonna make a handle. Then we get to start doing things with our device here. D for handle. I don't know if I like that. Let me change that to handle. Yeah, I got these backwards. Width. Yeah, no, that's right. LCD width. LCD height. I have my own address. It's the same one, but I want to use my address. No reset pin. That's probably -1. And my I2C host, which should be 0. Okay, now I think we're ready to draw something to our I2C SSD 1306 display. So let's actually just go ahead and do that right in here. The first thing we gotta do is clear it, and we should probably error check every time. It is SSD 1306 clear. We're gonna pass in our handle. And you clear the screen, and then you draw to it, or you set up the things to draw, and then you draw it. So ESP error check, SD1306, we're drawing text. So we got our handle, and you're gonna have X, your Y value, and then the text. So X and Y, X goes this way from the top left corner, X, and then Y is down. So let's put this, I don't know, 25. Now I can't tab through because I messed up. Let's just go 20 down. And then our text, I'll just put the placeholder there for now. And bool on, I'm going to set that to true. Set true to set pixel. Yeah, we want that. Then after that, we want ESP error check. We got to actually believe it's just going to be something like draw display. Yeah, set the current frame buffer to the display and then flush. So we clear the screen and then we add in multiple things we want to display. It puts it in the buffer, and then this method display will put that onto our screen. So that should be right now only text. We don't want text, so we need a buffer, maybe about 32. And we're going to go Espressif buffer. We're going to say distance is 0.2f. We'll put centimeters in there. Let me put a space there, centimeters. And that is distance times 100. And if I did everything right, which who knows, should work. But to find out, let's go ahead and build flash monitor and see what happens. All right, it's writing, that's a good sign. You may have caught it. You probably can't see that, but I got text. I didn't put in the buffer into the display to write text. So let's go back in there. I'm going to go back in there and actually put in the buffer and not the text. Now let's flash and run that. Now we should be good. And I went off the screen a little bit. You're way far away. I don't know if you could see that, the distance working very well, but I got off the screen just a little bit. So we can fix that. And I kind of want to maybe show off what else it can do, because not just text. Let's just put that 10 over. Let's go back in here, error check, SSD 1306, draw. We got pixel, we got wrapped scaled. We can put a circle in there, or a line, a rectangle. I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, SSD 1306, draw rect. And that's going to be the handle. X is, we'll put it at 0, Y 0, and the width, we'll put it, 128. Let's make it go all the way. And height, we'll make 5. We're going to fill it, true. So we should have a line across, basically a rectangle, then our distance, and then why not put another line right below it just for fun. So I don't know how big the text is gonna be, so let's go ahead and put this down to 25. And let's see what we see. Well, I got one line. I must have made a mistake somewhere in there. No. Yeah, the X needs to stay at 0. The Y needs to go down 25 or something like that. Now we'll see it. Not far enough. Let me just go ahead and redo that. Let's go down to, I don't know, 45 then. Build flash monitor. I think we're going to be good. And I'll probably just get out a ruler to see how close it actually is. Awesome. Way to level up by doing. Code will be hosted on GitLab. Link will be in the description. And thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment to defeat that algo monster.